Is that so, HTC? Yeah, I'm AI. Not really here. All right. Did video? Did video do what? I'm getting all the stuff pulled up on my side, but hello. Been a hot minute, guys. No, you guys can't see me. It's not real. Alright, got everything pulled up on my side. What happened to big hard drives on Amazon? Man, have big hard drives been a thing for a hot minute that wasn't for like a NAS or anything like that? I personally haven't checked for any in a hot minute, but what do you mean? What do you mean on Amazon? Are they gone? Will it ever hit the corners? Probably not. Howdy. Alright, let me turn the music down a little bit in my headphones. How you guys doing? Been a hot minute since we've done a stream. Need a 34-inch ultra-wide OLED monitor. Be my first monitor. Let's find one. I have to say, I've recently switched to OLED at home. I've got a really nice IPS Dell monitor, and it has a Thunderbolt dock and everything. Was using it for quite some time while I was searching for the right OLED for me, and then I got myself a glossy WOLED from Asus when it went on like a big sale here in South Africa. It's so nice. It's so nice. 10 out of 10. What's up? What's up? Hello. I looked for some and none popped up, like 15 terabytes and above. Yeah, I haven't seen any in a hot minute. Put the screensaver back on. Sorry, I'll do that. Here you go. There's a submission limit. Yeah, some people spam. And what happened to big hard drives? I know it's AI that happened. They be stealing our RAM. They be stealing our hard drives. I need some coffee. it's one of those days. It's like real cold here in South Africa, and I need my coffee to keep going. I thought this was an AI crypto scam. I have seen those things where they take over the channel and it's just like a rerun of like some guy shelling some random crypto coin at like some niche conference. And 99% of the times, they've got Elon Musk in the thumbnail or something like that. It's always crazy when you see that happen. Who was it that got hit by one of those recently? Frick, man, I can't remember. Monitor brightness up. Okay, because I got two big old lights up. You can even see like how overexposed my hands get as I push them closer to the lights here. It's winter in SA. It is, and I'm very cold. I'm very, very cold. Like, just feeling it. I need some gloves at this point for winter, because now when I'm typing a lot, like I can feel my hands are slowing down. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing this live on
You just subbed?
Twitch and
I love
YouTube.
you
I've got
too.
both chats pulled up so I can see you guys. You'll find links. Hey yo, thank you for the sub, Big and Tattooed. How you doing? Limited production now is really only enterprise buying them for backup storage and bulk data storage. Then AI grew massively and basically the demand rocketed to well above what supply was able to produce. Yeah. So HTC is breaking it down for you on what happened to your really big hard drives and why you can't find them on Amazon no more. Yeah, like I was saying, I haven't looked in a hot minute. I will say, I've been looking for a hard drive for my stream PC just to like store footage on long term. They're getting kind of pricey here in South Africa, more pricey than I would have expected them to get. It hurts a little bit looking at the prices for those now. I have to say, this Prime Day, I do not think we're gonna find any decent deals on anything storage related and anything memory related. Like, I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I think it's just gonna get worse. That is a lie. It feels way colder than 18 degrees Celsius. I call BS on that one. Like, 18 is still a comfortable day for me. I am cold. But then again, my house is a little bit colder than typically what I don't have my HomePods plugged in anymore. They're currently in storage because those had a temperature sensor inside the house, and it was always like roughly 2 degrees colder. You always cold? I am. No, Brett lived in Pittsburgh. Don't trust Pittsburgh people when it comes to how cold things are. Catelyn and I were freezing. We were freezing, and Brett's like in a t-shirt. 9100 Pro Gen 5 4TB for 460 is crazy. I know it's crazy in this economy. It still hurts looking back, but it is good for what you're gonna get like today. It's 33 degrees Celsius outside right now and still rising. Meant to hit 36 to 37 tomorrow. Good luck. If you don't hear from me, HTC, what cool things do you have that I can have? I'll send a friend to pick them up. All the deals most likely not even scratched the baseline price 6 months ago. At least that's my prediction. I think you will find there are actually pretty good deals on certain aspects of PC building. It's just not going to be on storage and memory. Like those two, I'm not saying you won't get deals. You'll get deals for today. As in, like, this is a good price for this thing today compared to the rest of the market, just not a good deal if you look back 3 or even 6 months or a year. You know what I mean? All right, let me show you guys around. We've got our new UFD Deals website. I can actually get rid of this. I should have set up hotkeys for this. Yeah, you can see we're on ufd.deals. My Lego, that's reserved for when my nephews turn 16. You know, that's fair. We've got our new UFD Deals website here. We'll be collecting stuff if you want. Oh yeah, no, this is also in the way. Beep boop. If you want, you can, if you find anything cool today, we're going to be doing some community deal hunting. You know, it's better to have 100 eyes looking for deals, and then you'll find the really, like, more niche but really good deals that way, versus just one person trying to search for the stuff by themselves. But yeah, that's always the cool thing about these, like, Prime Day deal hunting that we do. But you can submit your deal. We'll have a look through all the submissions just now, and we'll just keep it going throughout the day. We'll keep looking as well. But you can see we've been collecting deals as we go. Like, the freshest ones here are from 41 minutes ago. We've got a Ugreen MagSafe 2-in-1. It's actually very similar to this Belkin I have here. I can't pull this too far. I have to unplug it quick. I have this one from Belkin that I use daily. I got my phone, my watch, and my AirPods go here. It's almost like we're in the same office again. Yeah! Hi, Catelyn. Also, hi, Cyburn. Yeah, it has been a while. But yeah, you can see we've got our new website set up for deals. We've got our Prime bangers and some mash. These are hand-picked Prime Day deals. Not everyone has a photo, you know. We're trying to be fast because Prime Day goes fast. Assuming it's only US deals you're wanting still. It's pretty much for legal reasons. You can't really do a lot of international stuff. You know, you have to be set up to be affiliate for these things, and that's also gets real complicated once you start crossing ponds. But yeah, like I was saying, we've got our Prime bangers and some mash up at the top. This, all the Prime Day deals, for the most part, will be going up here just for quick, easy access for you guys. And then you'll find on the rest of our website, we've got stuff like the Elgato Wave Mic LP. Mine is actually in my drawer because I stopped using my secondary PC desk. And now I have both PCs over here. And I already have this one because I like the position of the Shure SM7B on the boom mic arm. It's less in the way just because the SM7B is such a freaking big mic. But I still prefer the low profile arm for pretty much any other mic that I've used, especially like the Wave DX. That one is banger. I use that at the office. Is Reese allowed to be in the same room in the office as you? No, I'm banned. I'm banned from there. Anytime I stick my head in the room, they start beating me. What's up, Tombor? Just want to have a look. So we've got all these deals here are currently our live deals. They will auto update as the day goes on. Still miss your morning for me gaming sessions. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, he's banned since the incident. What do you do? Wouldn't you like to know, Punky Muffins? Well, $69.99. I think the Stream Deck Neo is the best deal in the Stream Deck lineup, simply because you get the 8 of the original like standard Stream Deck, or you get more than the Stream Deck Mini, which has 6, but you get 8 here. But then you also get the page turner buttons, so you don't lose 2 buttons making them page turners. We know Resync gonna tell us, yeah, I'm not telling you nothing. I ain't telling you nothing. It was the bite of 87. I was totally there, yeah. But yeah, I recommend you guys check out the website, ufd.deals. Go around, see if there's anything that you currently want. These are absolutely banger. This Sony InZone H9 is essentially the Sony XM6 with a like external microphone. It still has the same noise cancelling, but it has both now Bluetooth connectivity and a 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle for low latency for gaming. So they basically took the XM6 and turned it into a gaming headset. Hello. Only seen 2 graphics cards on Prime Day sale. I've seen a lot of 9070s. 9070s seem to be getting decent discounts. But anything other than that, I haven't really seen. At least yet. Waiting was an absolute crap idea, yeah. I have to say, as much as it hurts to say, waiting on most PC parts right now is a bad idea. If you can afford it, I think go for it, because for the most part, it's not getting any better currently. Brother, why are you saying hello to the Nightbot? I don't think I can say hi back to you, but I can't believe you have 69 people watching and haven't bought everything at 69. That's why I showed. We got a $69.99 deal with the Elgato Stream Deck Neo. Just had to pull that. 9070 XT jump up due to the upcoming price. Yeah, there are rumors that AMD is going to pump up the price on the 90 series or 9000 series cards soonish again. Like, they already had a price jump, and seems like it's just going to price jump again. So hey, if you are in the market for one, Prime Day is probably as best as it's going to get. Ugh, a good stretch every now and then. Glad I got my build done when I did. Avoided all of the insane pricing and parts. I got lucky with my build last year. So I've off to my side here, I've got a gaming build. I got a really nice, it was overpriced at the time. I got a really nice set of RAM, still a full set of Corsair Dominators. And I absolutely love it. It is like probably one of my favorite parts of my build, because I've also got the dummy sets in, just so it's like a full clean set. And it looks phenomenal. They stopped bringing them into South Africa when the prices started climbing, because they were already expensive. And with the prices skyrocketing, it made no sense to bring them in. So I'm so happy. If they die, I'm gonna cry, because I will not be able to replace them. But I did have to buy RAM about, like, what, 3 months ago, again, for a secondary build, because I've got a streaming PC down here. And so like I was saying, the Dominators were already overpriced for what they were, like, in the market. The G skills that I bought were over double the price of what the Dominators were. So going back to when I bought them, those G skills probably went up 3 times in price. What's up from Costa Rica? What's the best laptop you can get me for $3,500? We will have to check. We haven't seen a lot of laptop deals yet today, but we'll keep looking at it. The card I'm trying to get is a 9060 XT 16 gig. There's only one going on sale for $449. There's a Sapphire Pulse going for $429, which is not a Prime Day deal. Some of them won't say Prime Day yet, because they won't say Prime Day yet because, like, they put them on sale already, but there has to be, like, a tick over point where they can then say, you know, this is officially a Prime Day. Dun, 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 dun. Reese, tell everyone about how they can get giveaway stream points for getting their deals approved. Oh yeah, so if you guys don't know, we stream over on Twitch, both at UFD Tech and UFD Music, and we give away PCs every single month. We currently have a giveaway going on both channels. You can go there, you can earn points just from being in the Twitch chat, just from hanging out. But now for Prime Day, to incentivize you guys helping me find deals, we are giving bonus points for every deal that you submit that gets approved. You get even more bonus points if we make it a Dealmaster, like, select. So yeah, if you want to hop over to twitch.tv/UFD Tech or UFD Music, you can find both of those there.
Thanks for the Prime sub.
Oh yeah,
Gonna be using Prime sub for a
We've
bit.
got
Life is life-ing right now.
UFDforge.com/community. Hey, yo, Cyburn, thank you for the sub. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Just give me a sec. Okay, we can hang out in the void together for a little second. Do. Show them all the things we're doing. All right. Here you guys go. Let me just turn the blur off. We don't need it right now. All right. So this is UFD Forge. It's something we're busy working on. UFD Forge beta, I might add. Beta as in, like, we have the basics working. The bones are there. The bones are good. But there might be a few things that have slipped through the cracks. But this is something we, specifically Brett, has been working on for a good couple of months at this point. But here you go. Here's our UFD giveaways. You can find here on the community page. We have official UFD giveaways here. We have the Pro Art PC. I'll click here so we can show you guys the full build. This is currently what is being given away on the UFD Tech Twitch channel. Which dollar are you using as standard? Because there's a lot of countries using the dollar. Take a guess. Take a wild guess and see. I'm curious what you think. I think I started this in November, December. Yeah. Brett's been, like I said, Brett's been working on this for like a hot minute. So this is currently one of the builds that is being given away. We got a Ryzen 9 7900X3D, or 7950X3D, sorry. Pro Art stuff from Asus. 2 terabytes SSD. We've got freaking 96 gigabytes of DDR5 Corsair Vengeance. In this economy, wow, that is a big boy. What is this? A 90, 50, 80? Can do this quickly. All right. This is the graphics card. It's a 5080 WindForce from Gigabyte. It's gorgeous. I do like that. I'm quite partial to the Gigabyte graphics cards. I have one in this system here. Not like this. I got the white 4070 Ti. But I just kind of like their styling a lot. All right, and then let's check the other PC. This one's being given away on UFD Music. You can find easy links to go grab these here. Watch and enter on UFD Tech and watch and enter on UFD Music. Remember, if you guys submit some deals, you'll find on UFD.deals, in the top right corner, there's a little button there that says Submit Deal. We'll be going through and checking. And if your deal gets approved for Prime Day here, then you get extra bonus points into these giveaways. All right, so here's the UFD Music giveaway. We've got a Ryzen 5 7600, Asus B650E Max Gaming motherboard. We've got a 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro. Ooh, I like these new Sudoku air coolers, but they are only AM5. It kind of made me sad when I figured out. Dun, 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 dun. Can you get a pat on the head? No, why not? I have a good question. South African college student. I'm pretty broke all the time, so I can't really afford Xbox game prices. I have an Xbox Series X and I was thinking of selling it for around 9,000. My plan would be to use that money to buy a second-hand ROG Ally plus a dock dongle, and then use both as a gaming device and PC. Do you think that's... I love my handhelds. I have the Legion Go and the Steam Deck here at home. Phenomenal. They work pretty good as a desktop PC if you want to use it that way, and then just, you know, pick it up and keep playing. It's phenomenal. I cannot stress this enough. I love the handheld gaming market currently. I just don't like the price that the Steam Deck is now sitting at. It was great before. Joking, can tell by your accent that you're using the Australian dollar. That's why everything looks expensive. I can tell by your accent that you're using the Australian dollar. That hurts me. That hurts me. How dare you say that? This is Southern Hemisphere bias. Happy Prime Day to everyone. Hey, yo. Yeah, it's a good day to spec out your Steam Machine alternative. To be fair, this is probably some of the best prices you're gonna get, at least on GPUs, before the price bumps kick in. Dealmaster, what's up? How you doing, Fakinator? It's been a hot minute. But yeah, I've got some other stuff to show you. Yeah, this is UFD Forge. If you guys want to check it out. So we've got it's basically a PC builder. It'll help you build your build. Help you build your build. Yeah, good wording there. It'll help you basically pot out a build here at a specific budget. So here are some starter builds that we've got here. Budget 1080p starter, $900 gets you under Steam Machine prices. Yeah, Reese, the well-known South Australian. You guys are gonna kill me. Or no, Clear, they mistook your accent. They did. How freaking dare they? How freaking dare they? Yeah, this is just a simple, you know, nice, subtle 1080p build. We've got a couple here. This is the 1440p Sweet Spot build, coming basically just over your 2 terabyte Steam machine prices. It's got an RTX 5070. Yeah, this thing will kick butt. And then you can get your expected FPS, just a rough average. Brett's got it pulling the data for your expected FPS from a couple of reputable places. It's not going to be perfect in everything, but it'll give you a good rough estimate of like what you can expect. So you can open this in Builder, you can save to the builds. But if, say, we opened it up in the Builder here, then you can see 708 pix gives you like $1,350 roughly. So this is the price of your 2 terabyte Steam machine. But if we went here and said upgrade existing, it's got the buttons up top while I have the privacy filters on. So we went from the build, we said upgrade existing. Now you can go into your upgrade recommendations. It's gonna basically, you can give it a budget and it will hey Trinidad James, thank you for the sub. You can give it a budget and it will basically look at what you currently have build wise and give you a recommendation of what your budget would be best spent on for an upgrade. So say we had this build. It's a pretty nice build, you know, i5 14400F. We've got the 5070 Ventus. You know, say we had now $2,000 and we said we wanted to go up to potentially 4K gaming. Then it will recommend what it thinks we should add to the system for that budget. You know, how to make your budget go the furthest for you, essentially. I thought South Africans use Tesla shares or the Rand. Brother, we don't even get Tesla here. Current graphics card is the 6500 XT. Sucks pretty bad. Be pairing it with the 9060 XT 16 gig with the Ryzen 5 5500. I got with the pre-build. I know there's a bottleneck, but don't want to overspend. You know, that's the perfect use case for this website as well. You can plug in your current specs. You can see if you give it a budget. It'll give you a rough idea. Yo, what's up, Lonesome Mason? But yeah, there's some things that are like hit or miss so far. It doesn't have a full suite of parts just yet. They're slowly being added over time. That'll make the recommendations that it does give more accurate as time goes on. But yeah, I think this is a nice thing, especially in the current day and age, to kind of see how to min-max your build for your budget, because we all know it do be rough out there. So here on UFD Deals, there's now a build with this button. Start fresh around it. So now you can you can find a deal here. You can click certain things have this build with this. It'll then take you and try and create a build around that deal. So if you're looking for a new thing, like a new PC setup, and you want to build it around something, this might be a good way to get started with that, because then you can take it further here. You can go, you want to do gaming, you know, that's your main focus, or streaming or productivity or workstation, and then it can give you a recommendation based on your budget. So say we bump that budget up, it'll change out the parts. You know, and it'll try and balance your system as best it can for the most part. Ooh. Good seeing you on the deals. What's up, Cobalt Hurricane? Words are hard. Words are hard. I'm just gonna call you Cobalt from now on. Throwing the Hurricane there tripped me up. What do you guys think of the Alienware 34-inch 240Hz QD OLED curved gaming monitor? I like, might be controversial. I like Alienware monitors. And I have to say, I've owned more than one Alienware monitor in my lifetime. You can find really good Dell monitors that use technology from Alienware. They use the same kind of panels, same kind of everything, and you don't get the flashy RGB on them. But I do think, I don't think Alienware have been, I don't think Dell has been doing OLEDs for the most part. They've kind of kept most of that separate on the Alienware side. Alright, so we're back on UFD deals here. We'll be going through some of the community submissions. Dell monitors are great too. Yeah, my second monitor here is a Dell monitor. I've got an Asus OLED here and a Dell Thunderbolt monitor here. I love my Dell monitors. I have a Dell monitor at work. I have another Dell monitor at my parents' house that I keep for when I'm there, so I can just take my laptop. I don't have to bring another monitor. I got a lot of monitors, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe too much. I have a Samsung monitor that is at my brother's house that he's using. Oh, geez. I should probably do stock sometime and figure out where the hell all my monitors are. Oh, my coffee is pretty cold now. But yeah, if you guys see something today and you want us to take a look at it, on the top right corner here, you can submit a deal. We'll be taking a look at them just now and going through them. And if your deal gets selected, you get extra bonus points into the UFD giveaways. But don't forget, you do have to go over to Twitch. You gotta like link your account and everything like that to get entered into the giveaway. Make sure you've done all that first. Yeah, it's the recent deals. Shh. What we can get for this is Reese Love to monitor. What? HTC, what do you mean by that? A man can never have too many monitors. I just realized I have another a USB portable monitor sitting right over there. I actually forgot I was gonna stick it on top of this monitor and then daisy chain it. Because this Thunderbolt monitor lets you daisy chain out to another display. I wanted to see if that would work. In theory, it should. In in theory, but we'll see. I just hadn't tested it. I had the thought to test it last night because I knew I was going to be doing stream here at home and I need like extra monitor space and stuff. But yeah, otherwise, how you guys been? It's been a hot minute since I've done a stream here on UFD. We've been focusing on other stuff there at the office. It has been crazy busy. You know, it's nice to see some of your faces again. And by faces I mean your names, usernames. You know, if I have more monitors, it means I can look at more deals. That's how it makes sense to me. Sorry, I got a burp when I'm talking like this so much. You know, I've got a monitor on my AIO. I've got technically 3 little monitors on my fans too. I got those Leonie fans with the little LCD displays. Those ones can't do live updates though. You can load little GIFs and stuff and like stats or whatever, but it's not a live monitor. But the AIO, you can turn it into a monitor and actually use it, and it's ridiculously stupid. In the world's biggest pinch, I could bring my PC here in front and use it use it as a tiny monitor. Hey, it's a Jason. How you doing? How you doing, Tranok? Meow. Yeah, but this is what we've been busy with. We've got the new UFD deals website. Again, these are our prime bangers and some mash all the way right at the top here for you guys, just so you can easily check out what's on offer today. And we've got if you want to search through things.
I literally have my cam monitor as a tiny third monitor right now, lol.
And it'll give you just that category. You can also customize your feed if you don't want to see certain things. I love the new website, by the way. Me too. It is a big improvement. Sounds like a gaming on my AIO screen video incoming. That sounds like hell. And I kind of think that's what makes it a good video. I can actually build in budget. Yeah. Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, if you find something on the website, certain parts, if they are like compatible with our UFD Forge, you can use the build with this button here underneath, and it'll pull it over, and you can start a fresh build around it. What are Amazon doing in the way of 80-inch Sony TVs for my PlayStation 5? You know, that's a good question. Do you have space for an 80-inch TV? Because that is a big TV, my friend. That is a very big TV. I just realized I had stream running on the background here on the stream PC, taking up all that extra network bandwidth that we totally didn't need to do. Okay, I'm looking on the back end here. We got our user submissions. Don't forget, if you want to do user submissions, if you have a Twitch account, make sure to link it on the UFD Tech streams on Twitch. That way we can get you some bonus points if your deal gets chosen. I'm going to have a look at some of these things, and then I'll bring them over onto this monitor that we can have a look at. I'll slowly start sorting through them. But yeah, feel free to have a look at the website, ufd.deals. If you see something that you want to submit, you want to take a look at it, the submit a deal button is in the top right-hand corner. bring these things back. Real question, should I wait for the 9060 XT 16 gig prices to drop or just get the Sapphire Pulse for $429? Brother, there is allegedly another price increase about to hit AMD. I've been saying this like basically all day. If you can afford to grab something now that is something that you want, it likely will not get better than it is today. I legitimately am not sure if anything is going to go down more than it will be today, and from this point on, it's just going to start climbing again. Especially when you hear those executives saying that they still expect RAM to double by the end of the year. Which means everything, especially stuff like graphics cards, are just going to go up, which makes sense why you hear that AMD is prepping for another price increase. It's scary out there, man. If you can afford it, grab it today if that's an option. Definitely switching to AMD. My next upgrade, my 3060 Ti is tired, boss. My 3060 Ti is now in my office PC, and it is chugging along healthily, but like I can definitely see where it's starting to stretch for certain things. Look at this guy trying to add his own points. What are you doing? What are you doing? This guy thinks he has admin privileges. That's so cheeky. That's so cheeky. Why would you do that? Banana. Just opening a couple of things. Gotta get set up on the back end, then I will bring it forward to you guys. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Brett killed him. Oh yeah, let's get
You just subbed? I love you too.
So I like to use a price tracker for Amazon. Hey, Altonian Wolf, thank you for the 7 months. Hell yeah. Thank you for the sub. I like to use a price tracker called Keeper. It is phenomenal for keeping track and seeing if deals are actually deals or if it's just a company doing the really scummy thing where they bump up a price just a little bit before Prime Day, and then, you know, drop it down and it's a sale and it's the lowest price in 30 days kind of thing. You know, it helps you stay safe and stay away from those kind of deals. Pardon. Sorry. Alright, I'm opening a couple of stuff here. I'll be with you guys in a second. But yeah, we'll be taking a look at a couple of user submitted deals now. I have a 6600 XT and I've been wanting to upgrade, but not sure what to go for. What kind of games are you trying to play, and what kind of resolution are you trying to play? It's not really FOMO, because if you don't buy at the plateaus, you probably will not be buying it whether it's 30 to 50% higher in a quarter. That's essentially what I'm saying. It's currently the outlook is that it's not going to get better. It's still going to get worse before it gets better. Scamazon doing scammy things. It's not Scamazon. It is okay. They are They are complicit in this, but they also try and crack down. In recent years, they've been trying to crack down on like retailers doing this on their platform because it makes them look bad. But they still kind of do it themselves too. So there's hope that things are going to get better in the future, but it is scummy. It's, you know, best 1080p. I do play new games. Okay. Yeah, Brett makes a good point. UFDforge.com. Throw in your current specs there as much as you can, as close as you can. And then give it a budget and say you want to upgrade, and it'll see. Okie dokie. Now just gonna make sure Keeper's working. Alright, we got everything ranging from graphics cards, AIOs, mice, SSDs, headphones. Submitting Canadian Amazon deals, is that okay? Brett, does Canadian work? I don't know about the cross-border stuff. I don't know how that works. I ain't sure. Is the deal of the 9600X okay in 134 still live? I cannot tell you off the top of my head, but if you find it on the website and you click it, it should take you to Amazon. There you can see if it's live still. It should auto clear if the deal is no longer live, but it does take a cycle to do that. So we'll be checking. All right, first little batch of submissions here. You guys are gonna help me. We're gonna thumbs up or down these to figure out what do you guys feel on these. You ready? All right, first up, we've got a Samsung 9100 Pro 2 terabyte. This is a real speedy boy, if you look that. Good morning, super neat. Labeled them as such. Hopefully it helps. For that monitor, let's freaking go. All right. So the current price, $349.99. But here, if we use Keeper, we can see the price history. It is, for the longest time, been averaging around $420. Got that one for $190 last year, rip. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, these are hard deals to look at if you compare them to a year ago. But if you compare them to right now, today, some of these might actually still be deals. And that's the context between the two is just so wild to me, man. All right, this thing has been chilling at, you can see the average there of basically 420 for, hey Shraf, what's up, for the longest time. So it is now $70 under what it's been averaging at. I think that's a pretty nice chunk. I want to see if we can guys, it was 190. It was 190 in October last year. Oh, I'm breaking my own heart here. It dropped to 170. Oh, sorry. I had to see. I had to know. It's kind of depressing. It is. But an average of 420 down to 350. I think this deserves to go on. You guys, cool with that? I wanna see you guys' ideas here. Glad I stocked up on NVMe and RAM last summer. Yeah, my recent build, I didn't get as fast of a NVMe, but I still splurged for 32 gigs of RAM, and that one hurt. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go grab some water in a sec. Could you highlight any good pre-built gaming PC deals, please? If you check on UFD deals, last I checked, there was a few pre-builts on there. What's that webpage? Which one are you talking about? Because we've been hopping between Amazon, UFD deals, and UFD Forge today. It's got Patriot RAM, 32 gigs from Newegg for $189. Yo. If you don't mind, if you go over to ufd.deals, you might want to submit that one. There we go. Brett's dropping the link again. Good morning, Ash. Promised my teacher friend a PC for her best students. I do it every year. Usually it's a nice mid-tier, but at this point, this year the GPU is a problem. Yeah, I get you. How much is a friend willing to spend on it? I think Shraf does it themselves. Yeah, good guy, Shraf. Because he's Australian, he means beer. When he says water, I don't like beer. I'm gonna be completely real. Beer does nothing for me. A nice cold beer on a hot day, especially when you've been out and about, great. I love that. Other than that, if I don't have beer, I'm not going out to get beer, kind of thing. That's just me. Does nothing for me. But it's the same as like any nice cold drink on a hot day, kind of thing. I think I'm gonna throw this one on the yes, please. But I'll move on for now. What is this? Lego Technique Peugeot 9x8 Le Mans Hybrid. Not a tech deal, but I will say this is kind of cool. You know, I would like this for my own. A rewarding project for adult Lego Technique fans. How dare they? Authentic 1 to 10 scale model. I think it's cool. And it is, you know, a good solid 40. Actually, no. It's no longer a deal. Look at that. This deal is expired. Wait. This is not showing the... It must have just updated now to the 139 and the API hasn't updated because the API put it back at 196. It looked dealant, but the API hasn't updated to show that this is now 139. But this is also an example of like what I've been trying to show people to watch out for is when they put the price back up right before Prime Day. Coconut cream Dr. Pepper when it's ice cold. Shraf, you speak in my language right there. You're speaking my language. It's battery powered? It's tech. Okay. Okay, you got me there, HTC. You got me there. I think this is cool. Alright. Next up on the list, we got Asus Prime RX 9070 XT 16 gig. It's a good looking card. I kinda just wanna say, I wanna have a look at this. This is a nice looking card. I like the simplicity of the Prime stuff. You know, Prime for Prime Day, I guess. Even the black version of this card looks really good and very clean in my opinion. And hey, no, we got our 8 pins. We love 8 pins in this household. My 16 pins on both computers right now stress me out. And I don't even push it. It's just it's that little voice in the back of your head. You know, stresses. I want one of these Technique Lego sets, but I don't have the time. I want the Bugatti one that's like 1,000 pieces. Wasn't this one here like 1,700 pieces or something like that? I swear they... 1,775 pieces. That's a lot. That's cool as hell. But let's see. It's going for $749.99. Let's look at our price history here. The lowest it was in recent times was $820, with some warehouse deals, which is like open box stuff, being like $775. Then down to $800, all the way down to $750. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still above MSRP if I'm being honest, but. Oh, I was about to say, what happened to the card, but it's because I hovered over the different model listing here. I like this. I like this. I think we can throw this one on. Alright, what's next? AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D. Banger. Banger chip. I think like any Ryzen 7 X3D chip is, you're not going to go wrong. Ugh. Saw some 5080s for 1050. What? Really, Shraf? Hyper articulated drivers for the cars compared to actual minifigs. I mean, you know, that's fair. I have a 7800 X3D in the office PC. I have a 9800 X3D in the my gaming PC here next to me. Any of the Ryzen 7 like X3D chips, it's so banger. And RAM and what do you mean and RAM? All right, so at 353, let's take a look here. You see, just very recently as well, it has been cheaper than this. So any could use Star Wars collections on sale, perhaps on consignment. Cam, do I know the location for you? I just purchased 8 7800 X3Ds for $145 each at Walmart. How? When? Why? What the frick? Did you go in the back and hold them at gunpoint? Like, how do you get these for $145? First off, like, congrats. That is banger. Wow. Best of luck. Keep your hand on your wallet just in case, you know. I don't feel comfortable putting this on the list simply because it is twice recently been much cheaper. Cam's into daylight robberies as opposed to candlelight robberies. It's meh for the 7800 X3D. That's what I'm feeling. The RAM back in November last year, hunting for Mobos. I have seen some okay deals on AM5 motherboards in the last month or so. Like, the problem is it seems to be like them trying to clear stock that's been sitting. So it'll just be like 2 or 3 and then the deal is already like out of stock. So you got to kind of jump on those motherboard deals. But there have been some like actually decent motherboard deals. But like you can immediately like go onto the page and it's just like 3 left. Order soon. I think we can skip that one. All right, we've got a Thermalright FW240 Black's AIO CPU cooler. I will say that's a pretty cheap price because this thing has a display. Unless it's a fixed display. No, that looks like a proper IPS display. That feels really cheap for one with an IPS display, don't you guys think? I'm wondering if it's locked down to like using just specific screens through like Thermalright's software, or if you can like actually use it as a display and put anything you want on it. $54.52, down from $56.90 as the typical price. Yeah, concerning it's been... Yeah, let's put it to all time. I was about to say, like, it feels like so ridiculously cheap, but then I remembered it's a 240. AIOs are dirt cheap nowadays thanks to Thermalright. It's wild. Yeah, like I remember years back looking at AIOs, and this is more specific to the South African market, but we were just flooded with like a lot of Corsair ones, and they were all real pricey here locally. It was essentially things started at like $200. That's I think my brain is still kind of sitting at that point. So to see $45 AIO with the LCD display is kind of blowing my mind here. Oh yeah, video playback, GIF picture playback, system monitoring. Hasn't the Asetek patent expired, which will have helped? Has it? All right, this one I think is also worth adding to our list. All right, guys, question: how the frick do I say this brand? Harry's greetings from Monterrey, Mexico. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I've been looking at this brand for the last couple of months. How the frick do you say their name? Have you heard of Union Sign? They're reliable when it comes to portable hard drives. Unfortunately, I haven't heard of them, so I would not be able to say. Maybe someone else has some experience with them and they'll be able to chime in. MCHOs. That's what I've been thinking. It's just, you know, it. Do you go MCHOs or do you go McCOs? Which feels wrong. But like, you know, McDonald's, Mc something. I think the placement is just unfortunate. MCHOs might get, yeah, that's, see, Shraft, that's what it felt like it could have been, and I didn't know. Thank you, Optimus Prime, for dying so that we can have sales. Yeah, yeah. We need another Transformers movies. No, we don't. Who said that? All right, this is currently good. I just want to put something in perspective, quick. This wireless gaming mouse is now the same price as an AIO with a display. All right, but I do want to check our price history. So we're sitting at $45.59. It's been 84 years. Miss you on stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Nails. How's it been? It definitely has been a hot minute. Right. We've been jumping around $60, $55, $54. Staying quite stable, I will say, at $60. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good looking mouse. It reminds me actually a bit of my my Superlight Pro X, whatever the frick name. Logitech's naming scheme has confused me because they've got so many now that are like swaps around of each other, and you get Superlights and there's pros and I don't know, man. I like this guy though. He's been a very, very comfortable mouse. I actually have two mice here. I have two mice, literally, and I keep putting my hands on the wrong one because I got two PCs running here currently. Are the discounts better on the last day? Typically not. Typically they're around the same for the entire like Prime Days segment kind of thing. Some do expire, so you might run out of that specific deal. But typically, they're not. You won't get the same thing that is then better 2 days from now, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Next one we're checking up. We got a 500 gig NVMe SSD Gen 4, 6300 megabit. Just having a look here. So 500 for 76.79. It's been averaging around 97, 102, 100, 96. I'm using a 9.6-inch Thermalright screen I got for $30 on AliExpress. Magnetically attaches to one of their super cheap AIOs, creating the ultimate LCD. I have seen, I was searching a local retailer here in South Africa called Take A Lot recently. And they had a couple of those, and I was very tempted because I just got a bare bones basic one for my stream PC. But I kind of wanna upgrade the streaming piece a little bit, you know, make it a little bit more fancy looking, because it is like top of the line, very fancy on some things, and then I cheap the hell out on some other things like the AIO. I just got an AIO that was good enough and cheap for the moment because the RAM hurt me. It hurt me and hurt my wallet. Is a Thermaltake Tough Power GT850 good in the PSU tier list? Can't find it, but it does. But it goes for $65. I cannot tell you off the top of my head, unfortunately. And then our last submission that we have pulled up is, ooh, I like what I'm seeing here. So these are Sennheiser HT599 SE open back headphones. I have the 560S's on right now. I am the biggest fanboy of the Sennheiser headphones, especially for anything audio related. If you have a like external microphone that you're using, like I've got, you know, if you already have like a microphone and you don't need a headset that has a microphone on it for playing games and stuff like that, get yourself a good studio headset, like more studio focused headset. Then when you're playing games, you can actually hear stuff like footsteps and sound, basically the sound stage in 3D space so much better than like the typically game tuned headphones that are just essentially bass cranked to 100 so that every explosion feels crazy kind of thing. If you like to play competitively, that is, you know, sometimes the bass can be really cool when you're playing more story-driven games, but if you are playing competitively and you want to properly be able to map out, if you rely on the soundstage to map out like where your enemies might be coming from or something, legitimately a studio headset is one of the best things you can do for that. From memory, I think it's a B, C tier PSU, so not amazing, but not e-waste. Yeah, like, because you gotta be careful, especially when you get in the lower price ranges. Like, there are power supplies that are like genuine fire hazards and no one should touch them. Oopsies. But yeah, for $99, this is phenomenal. Let's check here. The previous low was $99.95, so the same price back pretty much in March. Then we've been averaging like 160, 135, back up to the 240 price range, down to 160 again, back up to 240, 160, 240. This is seriously a no-brainer for me at $100. Like I have zero hesitation recommending this headset. I love Sennheisers because of the soundstage. I will say it is one thing to keep in mind, these are open back headphones, so some sound will leak out because they let the sound come through to help improve the like soundstage, but you do get closed back versions of a lot of their popular headphones that might currently be around the same price. For 100, I thought these 560S's were a great deal at like the $130 we got them at. This is phenomenal. Also with these cables, they are detachable, so if your cable gets worn out, you can just replace the cable. They're like cheap, easy to replace, and gets you many more years out of your headphones. I don't think this is Prime Day, but I prefer closed backs and getting these. Like, I get it, closed backs do have their advantages for certain things, especially bass response. Closed back will be better. But for 3D soundstage, open back is better. At least in my opinion. What about earpads? Yeah, you can replace these earpads. You just, you know, you rip them out. It's got got a little thing here, and you can replace them easy peasy. Sennheiser like headphones are built for studio use, so they have like replacement parts that like you can keep these things going for like 10-15 years in a studio setting. Who does? Don't ask questions. Let me throw this back on. This is our ufd.deals site. If you guys wanted to check out, these are all the currently live deals. You know, I can actually refresh this. Look at that. There's some new deals. Ooh. Fancy. These are all the new deals that have been added since. All right. So let's have a look. Ooh. Our Station 2 Pro. Got a rechargeable battery charger station. I cannot tell you guys how many batteries I'm going through. VR controllers and stuff like that. It's... Woo! Them batteries is pricey. XM5s for 198 is nice. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's have a look at the new stuff that's been added here. So we've got the Xbox Series S going for $379.99. Ugreen MagFlow. This is one of those magnetic power banks, isn't it? I kind of want to get one of those because then I can just, you know, like, I don't know if this is one of the ones that are small enough to snap on the back of your phone, or if it's like one that you just place your phone on. I like the idea of having the ones. Any good monitor deals so far? We've got a couple here. I'll get through them now in a sec. Samsung T9 portable SSD, 1 terabyte for $180. I cannot recommend the T series from Samsung more. Like, if you need a portable hard drive that I wouldn't recommend dropping one from a distance kind of thing, but if you need one that's gonna survive being put in a backpack every day and taken around and jumbled a bit, do yourself a favor, grab one of these. We've got a Fractal Design Mesh Fight 2. I love these cases. I think Fractal makes some of the best cases in the business currently. I made the terrible realization recently when the reverse motherboard connector ones became available in South Africa recently. I was gonna get one. I was gonna get the white one because I've got a like all white PC build here for my gaming build, and I realized it's kind of the reverse in the Fractal stuff, where the white Fractal one has a black interior, so like it would just all clash, and that made me really sad upon realizing. But yeah, if you guys find anything cool that you want us to take a look at, I'll show you here in a sec. Right here in the corner, you'll find a submit a deal button. We'll be going through all the submissions, and any of the submissions that get approved get you bonus points for our UFD Twitch giveaways. So if I go UFD Forge, show you community here. We have this Pro Art PC giveaway on UFD Tech and over at UFD Music, both on Twitch, by the way. Yeah, this is a RX 9070 with a Ryzen 5 7600X build, and then this one is a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with a RTX 5080, but it also has freaking 96 gigs of RAM, which in this economy is well over $1,000, which is crazy. RTX 3060 Ti Founders Edition or RTX 5060? I don't think that's much of a question. If I was choosing between those two, I would pick the 5060. All right, Intel Core Ultra 5 desktop processor. We've got the 245KF, 14 cores, $139.99, down from a usual price of $184.95. We've got an Asus Tough Gaming. All right, let's see the rest of these specs here. 16-inch Full HD, 165Hz display, Intel Core i5, RTX 5050, 16 gigs of DDR5, a 512 gig SSD, Wi-Fi 6, currently going for $839.99, making it down from 1,200. I know a couple of guys were asking about laptop deals earlier. Scepter 34-inch curved ultra-wide. That feels really cheap for a curved ultra-wide. Let's check. Yeah, if you guys want, there are links there to the UFD Twitch pages, but also if you go to ufdforge.com and you click the community tab, there will also be links there that'll take you direct to the Twitch pages. And then if any of the deals you submit gets selected and featured, then you get bonus points. But make sure to enter on the Twitch pages already so that you get assigned points correctly. Confession time. Confession time. I almost bought one of these like a month back. Like I had my Dell IPS monitor, the Thunderbolt Dark one, and then I was gonna get two of these, put it on the side for a dedicated like dual display for the streaming PC. Because they were on sale here in South Africa, but then this OLED monitor that I now have also went on sale at the exact same time, and I picked the OLED and I moved the Thunderbolt monitor over to being the dedicated stream PC monitor. He is a monitor added. I am. It's terrible. It's terrible. Just can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Ultra 5, 225F, 10 cores, 16 performance, 4 efficiency, going for $118.99. Hey, look at that. This is the 32-inch version of the OLED that I'm currently rocking. Almost. But it looks identical. Oopsies. It's like me with these retro decals. What retro decals you got? It's a glossy OLED, 32-inch 4K. Gorgeous. I don't have space for 32-inch monitors on my desk, unfortunately. Like I'm dealing with limited space. I have one PC on the desk, one PC under the desk, then two monitors. Like I have two 27-inch monitors, and they're kind of chilling over here, and I'm running out of space real quick. You'll never know, they're mine, never to be shared. What the hell, man? Why would you tell me that? I'm converted. I've loved OLED monitors, but now that I have one, it is so worth it. Elgato capture cards are on sale. I'm currently using an Elgato capture card to capture the PC the gaming PC into the stream PC. So what you see here is coming through an Elgato capture card currently. I have the HD60X, which is one of the external ones, but I do want to get a internal PCI Express one for the stream PC. Go up. Where are we going up to? Like multi-rows? Where are we going up to? Are we going up or are we going down? I'm so scared. Where are we? Pixel 10 Pro unlocked, $784. The GOAT, HyperX Cloud Alpha. I think there's a reason why you still see so many esports players still rocking this headphone, even though it is like a pretty cheap headphone. It is just so comfortable, and it's I used one for the first time at the UFT office like a few years back, and I kind of got it then. Me and my girlfriend just got her parts for a PC for her dad for modeling stuff, for his 3D printer and some gaming, if he's so inclined. Wondering if you had any recommendations on where to get a decent Windows key from. Well, it already hurts. Unfortunately, I do not have any recommendations for that. Amazon ultra-wide monitor deals aren't that good. I think I'll pre-order the MSI 34-inch 280Hz QD OLED. Are you like settled on getting an ultra-wide for that? Is that what you're like? Is that what? Guys, I can't word today. More coffee needed? You're telling me, buddy. I did not sleep well at all last night. Thank you for reading. At least, yeah, like the whole thing with Windows keys, there's so many sketchy sites that without like properly researching it into myself, I wouldn't be able to like recommend anything in good faith without knowing at least. Linux Mint is free. It's that one guy. That one guy said the thing. But yeah, it is free. I will say Linux Mint was pretty good. It was a pretty good experience. Feels kind of dated to use UI wise, but you can get stuck in there and customize things. Ooh, gorgeous, guys. XM5s for $198. I still have the XM4s. I haven't felt the need to upgrade my XM4s, but like when they die, I'm just getting whatever's the latest XM series. Like I'm so I don't even like to say I'm brand loyal. I have certain brands that I do like, but if something else that is better comes along, I have zero like hesitation switching to that. I have not gotten anything better than the XM lineup for the price. We had a Micro Center employee recommended site for us, but I guess I just wanted another opinion. I hope you find something decent on there. I'm using Zoron S. Zoron S is really nice too. Like, it's got a lot of the functionality of Mint, but it is so clean looking and so modern. I actually currently have Zoron OS on one of the office PCs. if you were buying an OLED, would you get a tandem or a QD monitor? I really like the idea of the tandem displays. They get so much brighter. Because that's one of the things about OLED. If you're in a... Okay, I am usually in a dungeon. My bedroom is a dungeon. Yeah, let me show you guys quick. I'll turn off all these lights, and I don't think that my webcam is on auto exposure. So let's just see here. I am usually this is the dungeon I'm using my OLED monitor in, so it is plenty bright. But that is the biggest weakness of OLED monitors, is the brightness overall. But if you're in a dungeon, yeah, it's my fungeon. If you're in a dungeon like me, only lit up by RGB lights and stuff like that, this is perfect. This is peak OLED environment where it thrives. But as soon as you have a big open bright window, any first or second gen panels are really going to struggle. Third gen panels are they do a lot better in terms of like peak brightness, but the tandem ones just get so much brighter. It's night and day difference kind of thing. I got new monitors for my birthday a month ago, and I haven't been able to use them because all I have is a small folding table and a desk. I only recently upgraded the size of... Okay, my desk was... I have to rotate a bit here. My desk was this big, this wide, because I still have the same base, and then I just eventually bought a larger like tabletop, like a wood piece that goes on it, that has extended things out and like given me more clamping room and stuff for monitors and lights and all those things. I feel you. Table space or desk space is a premium. I still want more. It's never enough. There is a custom like desk maker in Cape Town that I have my eyes on. They make some really big desks. Ugh. I'm using 1080p monitors from like 2015. Still like them though. I have no problems with using a 1080p monitor. I mean, I had two 1080p monitors until, I'd say, just over a year ago, maybe, that I was using in my room. Now I've got two 1440p monitors. I don't feel the need for 4K at this distance. I'm okay with it unless you're one of those guys who has like a 4090 for a 1080 and then they pair it with a 1080p one. Then I want to throttle you. And I don't know why. I don't know why it makes me reasonably angry when I see those kind of things. It's like these people have these like $4,000 PCs and then a like 1080p 60 monitor. What's wrong with you? Crappy Linmon. I want to get something much better, but I don't know what to buy that isn't super expensive. It's tough finding stuff. 1080p is good for up to 24 inches. Yeah, my 1080p monitors, I had two 24-inch ones, and I kind of eventually just wanted to... I took the 165 hertz 1080p one to the office, and that's what's currently there. But my other one I took to my parents' house, and I left it there, so I don't have to drag a monitor whenever I go visit. I have a 4K PC with triple 1080p. Okay, sim racing rig, you get a pass, but you're on thin ice. All right, I'm gonna go grab myself some Wawa. Some Wawa. 1080p 27 inches. 1080p is a bit too low for me personally. Like 1080p 24, 1440p 27, 4K 32-inch. That's my Goldilocks zones for each size. 1080p best latency if you're into shooters or competitive, unless you go OLED. Coffee again too. I wasn't gonna promote it, but yeah, I'm also gonna make another cup of coffee. But I do need to fill up my bottle of water. Like all the yapping, all the yapping makes my throat dry. I hate that all the TVs are cheap and huge, but also smart with spyware. There's some good like TV deals that I've been seeing in the last month or so, and it makes me sad because they're nowhere near that price in South Africa. All right, but yeah, give me 2 seconds, and by that I mean like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm a liar. Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a few. Yeah, you guys can watch the DVD thing. Let me know if it hits. All right, what I missed? Did it hit the corner? Also, I didn't knock over a bottle full of water as soon as I'd finished filling it up. That was you guys. I bought that 32-inch OLED 4K monitor this morning. Let's freaking go. It hit the wall a lot. Yeah, but did it hit the corner? Who cares about the wall? 65-inch Samsung for $350 back in September 25. That is a crazy price for a 65. Dang it, Kyla, why would you knock that bottle of water over? Yeah, what the heck? Well, at least that's refreshing. What's up, SB? Kyla's hatred of water is well known. You have to... Yeah. That's why he doesn't, like, bathe or shower. He will physically melt away. It's the rabies. Look at that. Look at that. More fresh deals. Oh. Fellas, even if you are not a streamer, Elgato Stream Deck Plus. Shots fired at all the Kylas in chat. 9100 Pro is so tempting. There is a really good deal on 9100 Pro currently. It's like I was saying this earlier, it's a really good deal for today. It's not a good deal if you compare it to a year ago, but we will not get those year ago prices anytime soon. Prime Day is my favorite holiday. Mine too. Guess what, guys? South Africa is having its first Prime Day, like its first official Prime Day. They just launched Prime in South Africa. We've had Amazon for about a year-ish plus now at this point, and it's been getting established. They weren't ready for Prime Day last year. They had it at the same time. It wasn't called Prime Day. They had to call it something else because they hadn't officially launched Prime in South Africa yet. But about a month ago, they officially launched Prime. And now we're having our first ever official Prime Day. Thought it was the Wicked Witch genetics. It could very well have been.
Guys, it's Reese.
New side is very crisp, by the way. You know what? Brett did a banger job. I agree. Kylo's a cat, or the father of a lot of cats anyway. Yeah, it's the same thing. Thank you for the biddies, HTC. You know, it's nice. It feels like we're finally getting things here in South Africa. It's our first Prime Day. I'm happy. I'm sitting on 25 terabytes NVMe, thankfully, but only Gen 5 drives. Only one Gen 5 drive. Okay. Why do you have so much storage? That was loud. I don't know on my end. What's up, Spencer? Stop it, that's my dad. Since when does the UFD bot do that? Adopted father, right? Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Alright. I wanted to show you. I have one right here. I still think that my Stream Deck Plus is my favorite thing on my desk. In terms of accessories and stuff like that. Like, obviously, I like my gaming PC more than I like my Stream Deck Plus. But in terms of like desk accessories, the Steam Deck Plus is by far my favorite thing. I actually have the the extra included like little module that you can plug in at the back, that I then have my microphone plugged into. So this microphone here that like I gotta do this so it's screened out. It is currently plugged into my Stream Deck Plus, and then I can ease or turn it back up or mute with like just tippy tap of the button. It is phenomenal. I love this thing. I have it set up to open up all my most used apps. I control my music. I can like pause and play my music and skip tracks and change volume, and you know, it's nice when it's all just like a finger away. Missed out on the 9600X when it was sitting at 2.1k. Had pending funds waiting to get cleared. No. Oh man. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. It just works. Everything just works. Alright. This coffee is doing wonders for me. I also like these 8BitDo retro mice. For those wondering, the mouse is not actually shaped like that. This is a charging dock. I thought this was a weird ass mouse for the longest time. This part just hops off magnetically, and then you know you just use it as a normal mouse. I thought it was just one of these weird mice, and it was like the complete opposite of what an ergonomic mouse would be like. 60% of the time it works, 100% of the time. Move my Stream Deck Plus to my sim rig, and I really miss it on my desk. I wanted to say, like, put it back, but thinking a Stream Deck Plus on a sim racing rig just kind of feels right, you know? Vertical mouse, beware. I have a vertical mouse. I love my vertical mouse. This is not a vertical mouse. This is a normal mouse with a weird charging dock that makes it look like a weird vertical mouse. Just checking something real quick. Okie dokie. Just making sure the streams weren't playing in the background, eating up my Wi-Fi. My precious Wi-Fi. I'm bad me and refund my points. You ain't getting refund on that. You chose the wrong target. You'll sit in your timeout. Exact opposite of ergonomic. It's not though. It's not. It's a normal mouse. It's like this. It's normal. Stop saying it's weird. Stop calling it weird. Thoughts on the 7700X paired with the 9070 XT? I feel like you can't go wrong. I feel like I would be happy with that. I don't think I'm gonna be completely real. I have a 9800X 3D. I only got it for streaming purposes, like to get the absolute most out of my GPU. But if I was building my own rig for not streaming in mind, I would have gone with the 9700X. I know, let me have my dumb jokes. No, you don't get them. But I come out of the office with wrist cramps. You know, workers' comp in mouse form. There are no instructions and you can't ban Brett. That's unfair. No disclaimers. So it's like the rules. You can't ban Sonomus. You can't ban Brett. It's ingrained in there. For asking to be refunded, I made sure you can't be refunded for them. Good. The mini Logitech M170 mice are good for laptops. They're only $9.99 and it fits nicely in the bag. Using one right now. Completely agree. Where's the fine print? I hid it somewhere. Why? Alright, I'm gonna pull up another batch of community submissions and we'll go through them. I think we had some really good submissions. That 9100 Pro is actually looking as such. Of course I'm typing on the wrong keyboard. Guys, having two keyboards is rough sometimes. I'm gonna be completely real. What does this button do? I wonder. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Got the next batch of user submissions lined up. Remember, if you guys want to submit something, if you go onto ufd.deals, in the top right-hand corner, you'll find a Submit a Deal button. We're doing community scouring for deals, because having 100 eyes on something is way better than having just your own two weak, pathetic eyes that can only see so many things at once. Welcome back, SB. Don't do it again. And remember, if you guys submit a deal and it gets approved, you will get an extra bonus points into the giveaway entries. I looked at that robo vacuum I want. The import fees alone cost over 8,000 Rand. That's why it's so much more expensive here. That kills me inside Catlin. I know the pain. I recently imported stuff. And being electronics, we get hit with our really crazy import fees. I think my import fees on it were like 1,000 Rand, close to. On something that should not be. It just hurts, you know? I hate it. This is the worst timeline. 700 Canadian, almost? Yeah. We get hit really hard on the import fees for a lot of stuff. Would you recommend dual PC streaming where one PC is a laptop? It can work. It can work. A lot of the times, if you're using the laptop as the streaming PC, a lot of the times you're like using external capture cards and stuff, and if depending on how many accessories and stuff like that, you can have issues with the USB like bandwidth saturating, and things can get a little sketchy. So it all depends on the laptop you're using. But it definitely is possible. Streaming on a laptop is pretty rough because laptops, especially if you're playing games and trying to stream and everything like that, they can get loud. And then, you know, you need some real heavy noise cancellation. Otherwise, you're like yelling over the microphone. Is it only RSA deals? None of it is RSA deals. These are US. German side of Amazon is not as good. I haven't found an Amazon sale that is as good as the US like Prime Day stuff. I will agree with you on that. I have a decent PC and an old laptop. Depending on how old that laptop is, it might not even be worth using for a dual streaming situation. Is 3070 Strix and i5 13400 a good combo? It depends, like what you're trying to get out of it. Back to the void for a second. All right, this is our next batch of user submitted deals. We've got a Power Color Reaper, AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT, 16 gigs, currently going for $649.99. If we go down here, we can see Keeper. This will give us our price history just so we can see if this is like an actual deal or if it's one of those things where, you know, it's been sitting at this price for months and then they just bumped it up right before Prime Day. You know, make sure we don't get any of those kind of sketchy deals. For real live stream? No, where? So it's been sitting at 800, 750, 690, 670. Sorry, I should just end stream now. Back up to 800. And it's been sitting at 690 again for a hot minute. Looks like the 650 is the lowest it's been in a hot minute. Trying to see if there's any other price dips. Okay, the cheapest it was $649.79, which is roughly what it is now. That was back in May. If you're looking for a 9070 XT, 650 from what I'm seeing is roughly as good as it's gonna get for you right now, especially with the rumors of AMD prepping for another price hike on their cards currently. If you were in the market, I feel like it's now or never. DDR2 shortages, that one threw me for a loop too. That's something I haven't thought about in a hot minute. ZA has the best accents. I'm gonna be completely real. I don't like the ZA accent. And when I'm watching, say, like a big budget Hollywood movie, you know, where I'm expecting an American accent for 90% of stuff. If I hear a South African accent, it throws me off real bad. What is using DDR2 nowadays? Legacy systems that they need to keep running. So like things like servers and stuff like that. When the RAM dies, which, you know, everything has a lifespan. When the RAM dies, they still need replacement parts because, especially for servers and stuff like that, they're not changing out parts all that often. When they do, it's usually an entire new thing. So those that don't have the budget to do that want to keep these legacy systems running, because if they only had a specific use case and it's still doing fine for that use case, it makes sense to keep them, unless like efficiency is a big part of it. Ugh, pardon me. So now that these like capacity has been eaten up everywhere, even DDR2 is climbing. Hello. I would rather eat a shoe than pay this much for it. That's the problem. It's just price is just gonna go up. If it ain't broke, why change it? Yeah, that's true to a degree. A lot of the times they try and keep these legacy systems running, especially like I said, if it's doing the same task that it was doing 15 years ago, and there's the cost to replace it, even for efficiency reasons, would probably be higher, especially nowadays. Sometimes it's hard to justify. Alright, next user submitted deal. Got a Dealmaster V750 SFX Gold 750 watt SFF. Ooh, small form factor. Cybernetics Gold. Man, he's a tiny little boy. The cost to replace those legacy systems are really high. Yeah. So it doesn't always make financial sense to do it. You just kind of run them till they die, and you replace what you can, and that's kind of why DDR2 prices are now spiking out of all things. All right, so this is 120. Let's look at our price history. We've been chilling at 143, 144, back up to 162, 140. The average seems to be around 140. Then it climbed for whatever, who knows, reasons, up to like 170s. Almost. There it looks like it was close to 170. I like that power supply that tells you how much you're spending. That was at Computex. I didn't see that. What the hell? That sounds amazing. I would love to have something like that. Actually, though, I can't see power supplies, so it would have to be in a system where it's like up front and center, and you can kind of see it. I need to give this gaming PC a clean. I'm seeing some dust deposits inside. Yeah, I think this is an extra $20 under the cheapest it's been. Small form factor is, if you're looking for it, your deals are few and far between, unfortunately. So I think we can, especially considering this is a small form. I'm gonna scream. Small form factor. Considering this is a small form factor power supply, I think it gets the pass. Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 from 2025. Got the 44mm. I am an Apple Watch guy. Mine's chilling over here. Actually, why don't I have it on the charger? What the hell? I put it right next to the charger. Oh, I think I took it off when I unplugged the charger so I could show you guys the one. $237.49. Let's look at our price history. Lowest back then was 320, 380, 320, 290, 250, 237 is now seemingly the cheapest it's been in a hot minute. DDR2 hasn't seemed to spike like DDR4 and 5 until now. Until now, essentially. Been wanting to do my first ITX build for a living room system. With SteamOS now being available to all PCs, it won't work if you have an NVIDIA GPU currently, but if you have AMD or Intel GPU and you want to do an ITX build and you put that in the living room with SteamOS, perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. I actually just updated to the newest SteamOS on both my Steam Deck and my Legion Go last night. I can't remember the last time I used any of my desktops. I pretty much only use my gaming PC. Really? I use my stream PC more than I use my gaming PC. I'm gonna be completely real, which is weird. But like, I've been running Unity and Blender projects on this stream PC simply because it has the 270k plus and a 5080 in there, especially for like rendering and baking light maps and stuff like that. Having those two chug away has been kind of banger. I had a 3060 in the stream PC because I wanted the 3060 in there so that I had NVENC encoders, but my Blender projects were struggling. Recently I had a Blender project that I was trying to render, and on the 3060 Ti, any change that needed to be rendered was a 2-hour process for a high resolution render. The moment I swapped the 3060 out with the 5080, that 2-hour process was a 30-minute process. Still long, but a quarter of the time. I just got the Fitbit Air, like watches and notifications. So no haptic feedback and the lightest wearable device is perfect. I've been interested in those. I'm going to be completely real with you. I have been very interested in those for that reason. I do like having my watch, and I like
you
having,
too.
You know, the ability to quickly... Whoa, hey, look at that. Big Attitude.
You just
thank
subbed?
you for gifting 5
I love
subs.
you too.
Let's freaking go. Much appreciate that. Now you've gotten my
You
brain.
just subbed?
Where was I?
I love you too.
Oh yeah, I like being able to quickly glance at my watch to see if something
You
is
just
like,
subbed?
important, or if
I love
it's
you
just
too.
like a silly little like WhatsApp message or something. Like I use it for the urgency, you know, like to quickly glance if something needs to be attended now, or if I can look at my phone later, kind of thing. That's what I like my watch for. But also, I actually need to go through and limit what things can send me notifications, because as I'm testing stuff and I'm testing apps and I'm testing all kinds of things, it tends to build up again over time of like what can bombard me with notifications, and sometimes it gets out of control. And I don't think about it until I realize I'm getting annoyed at how many notifications I'm getting. I wish you could use the Apple Watch with Android. It's unfortunate. Because the Apple Watches are genuinely pretty good. And there's a few Android watches that are nice, but I don't think Android, what is it, Wear OS or whatever they call it, I don't think it's as good as Watch OS. You got a DJI Mini 4K drone. I used to have a DJI Mini, not the 4K, Mine was still like 1440p. I think it was the DJI Mini 2, was it? Is this it? No, this is still a 4K camera. Did I have the like 1? I guess I don't list them anymore. Guys, I'm confused. Isn't DJI banned in America? How do you still how are you guys still buying the drones? I will say I had a lot of fun, but South Africa has very strict drone laws. When I lived out in my hometown, I was able to drive out to New Products event. Okay. I was able to drive out to my uncle's farm and fly the drone out there because like I had permission from the owner and I was out of range of like 30 kilometers of the nearest airspace. Because that's a very strict thing for South African drone laws. And the moment I moved to a city, I could no longer use it. I can't even like legally launch the drone out of my balcony kind of thing. So I ended up giving my drone to my brother who still lived in my hometown so that he could go out to the farms and fly it around. And I think he gave it to my uncle because my uncle was like, where can I get one of these to like quickly survey the farm if something happens. Can't remember. I don't even know what happened to my drone, like where it is now. But $209, usually $300. What's our price history? Our price history has been pretty stable. Pretty stable around like $292. Those other dips you're seeing are used listings. And even those used listings don't hit the price it is currently. So like the routers now, yeah, I guess so. You guys are having your big router ban coming in. If the reindeer got loose, intercept them with the drones so they don't fly away, you know.
You just subbed? I love you too.
I think these drones are big fun. Hey, yo, thank you for paying it forward. I appreciate the gift sub. If you want to get into drones, these minis are under 250 grams, which means you don't have to register them. There is still drone laws. There's still drone laws to be aware of in America. You can't use them for like commercial purposes. You can fly them around as a hobby. You can't fly them in national parks or anything like that. If you're getting a drone, just look up your local drone laws. It's important. Don't be that guy who flies into the restricted airspace and there's a whole news article made on you. Don't be that guy. Gigabyte 27-inch WOLED. We got the WOLED 1440p, 280 hertz. Very nice. Very nice. Do they say what kind of coating it has? Guys, I have to say, response time on OLED has been kind of game changing. Let's see. All good monitors should have KVM capabilities. Nothing in the picture descriptions to say. Oh, yeah. Glossy WOLED. That's my favorite combo. That's why I have myself a glossy OLED. You do lose a little bit on text clarity with OLEDs just because of the pixel array, but just the I have here, let me here you guys can see I literally have like the most basic ass wallpaper just so that when I'm on the desktop it's flippin' gorgeous. Best OLED monitor for glare, then you gotta go with a non-glossy display. Like if you're in a room with a lot of glare, you have to either balance it out using a more matte coating or get one of the tandem OLEDs that can get brighter. Yo, Dogwoods, thank you for the sub. I'll take your Prime for Prime Day. Thank you very much. Basic ass wallpaper and it's some crazy animated. Brother, it's still it's just this little tiny square in the middle of my screen and the rest is just like a purely black like clean wallpaper simply so that I can enjoy the OLED more. I got an OLED at retail 1 month later, almost all dropped like $200 in price. Still worth it. Biggest upgrade per dollar. I stand by this. Guys, the best upgrade you can do to your PC visually, like visuals wise, aside from getting a new graphics card, the second biggest thing you can do is get yourself an OLED. It's playing games on this, playing games on. I've had this thing for like 3 weeks and I've played like 2 games on it. But it is game changing in the sense that like visually it looks stunning and it's the biggest upgrade you can do. OLED watching old Disney movies. You can see the brush strokes in the background. It's sick. What? I haven't actually watched an old... I have an OLED TV in my lounge too. It's also like glossy. You know, it's super nice. Does well enough in the daytime as well. I've never really had complaints of not being able to see. And I have to say, like, there's some weekends I just want to take my PC and put it in the lounge and just like lie on the couch and game because that OLED's so gorgeous. But now I have OLED in room. Very nice. Very best purchase I've made this year. I can confidently say that. I don't want OLEDs because of the burn-in. It's only really an issue if you are getting like a first or second generation OLED. Anything from third gen up is like, it's not even really an issue. Like in extreme cases, yeah, if you have like, if you do like work like say all day long you're on, you know, you have spreadsheets open and it's like the same grid pattern, then you might have an issue, especially if you don't do any of the like built-in like pixel cleaning stuff. Aside from that, it's really not that much of an issue. I like my text clarity because I do a lot of reading. Yeah, then OLED's not the way to go for you, I think. The pixel refresh helps. Don't stop trade on it as a fourth. Yeah, basically. Don't... Anything that is like permanently there. What if I like burn-in? You know? To each their own. Sometimes you can burn in a nice little character there for yourself. Look, guys, I'm a console gamer. Yeah. No, but OLED burn-in hasn't been that big of an issue for the last like year or two, I would say at this point. Start bar burn-in a thing? Not really. There are things to mitigate against that. Also, like my monitor has a built-in thing where it will look for stuff like start bars and logos and stuff like that. Anything where it's like static like that, and it will try and turn the brightness down on those things as much as it can while still remaining legible. So there are things on the monitor that you should not turn off that help with stuff like that. The Asus laptop went back up in price. No. Is 2K good enough for 27K? Yeah. 1080p, 24-inch, 2K, 27-inch, 4K, 32-inch. That's kind of like where I feel like the sweet spot for DPI is. You do need to be kind of negligent to get any burn-in on recent OLEDs. Absolutely. I'll leave my OLED on with the taskbar pulled up for days at a time and nothing bad happens. Yeah, it's genuinely, you have to go out of your way to get OLED to burn in, like a modern OLED. But like turning off all the safety features and stuff like that, it takes effort almost. This water is hitting though. But why on most things with OLED doesn't have an LCD version? What do you mean? Like, there are LCD monitors, like hundreds. I'm confused. I'm confused by your question. Any $200 GPU coming from a GT 730? I don't know exactly what's currently sitting at the $200 mark range, but if you guys do want to check, we have a new website called uftforge.com. Yeah, I'll jump onto UFT Forge. So this is UFT Forge beta. Let me just turn privacy stuff quick. So this is UFT Forge beta. It's something that we've been working on. That, yes, Jason. Is it decent OLEDs under 500? Yeah, there definitely is. I can show you some in a hot minute. I keep having to burp when I'm talking, and I'm just tasting the shawarma I had for lunch. So this is UFT Forge. Brett's been working on this for a hot minute. It is a PC builder. So you can go, so we grabbed this from UFT Deals earlier. You can take an item and say, build with this, and it'll try and make a build in a price range for you. But if we clear this, you can say get started. Let us see the build. So say we want to do 1080p. Our budget's $1,000 for a full PC. And you can say suggest starting build. Then it'll try and use your budget accordingly to balance something out. Your mama. No, Jason, you. I mean, like handhelds? But I'm confused. There are handhelds with OLED or LCD. I literally have a handheld with an OLED and a handheld with an LCD. So I'm confused. I'm confused what you mean. Can you find me a 5080 for like $200? Sure, why not? I'm lying. Have you thought about down the line adding an upgrade path feature? Tombor, I would like to present to you. Here's either the fresh build or upgrade existing. So say we took our... Wouldn't you like to have a look at this, Tombor? So this is our 1080p build that we gave it $1,000 for, and it's taking that as say this is what you put in as your specs. Then you can go, you can see, and you're like, okay, I've got another $1,000. I've got another $1,000. And I want to go from 1080p gaming to 1440p gaming. Then it'll be like, oh hey, hey buddy. Here, for that price, you can throw in a 7900 XTX. Look at that. Look at that. You know, it is... Jason, shut the frick up. Look at the screen. Look at the screen, Jason. Is color in the read? Isn't only the Stream Deck or Steam Deck? No, there are other. There's a couple of other handhelds that are OLED. And a lot of OLEDs, like, or not a lot of OLEDs, a lot of handhelds are mostly LCD, so I'm confused. I see a lot of in-zone headsets on the website. Are these PS5 compatible? Yes, because Sony makes them. They come with a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, so you have like 0 latency. You mean the upgrader that's already on the side? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna strangle Jason. If you look on UFD deals, these Sony InZones are freaking incredible for gaming. If earbuds aren't your thing, genuinely the H92s, if you can afford the like 250, these are some of the nicest headphones that you can get for gaming, because they are literally Sony XM6s that they put a different shell on. It's the same speakers in the XM6, same noise cancelling, but it now has a external microphone, and like the biggest changes are the external. It's like they added an external microphone and a 2.4 gigahertz dongle onto the XM6 to make it better for gaming. What's your favorite mouse? Mine's the YouTuber's mouse. I really like the Logitech Pro X Superlight line. I'm quite happy. Oh, there's a new one and I want it so bad. I've just been waiting for it here in South Africa, and I've been looking at the prices, and I'm actually scared to see if it's on sale right now. I'm really scared to see if it's on sale right now, because I think I might cave. Sec, I'll pull it up for you guys. Oh hey, yeah, still on the website there. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. My Pro X has survived 7 years and is still going strong. Mine's about 5 years older, so it's I love it. I love it. Here we go. This is possibly going to be my next mouse. It's the Logitech Pro X2 Super Strike. Go away with your silly offers. So it's haptics, like haptic feedback, in that like it uses magnets. It's not like switches. But it's the same sort of body shape as my Pro X Superlight. South Africa has horrid prices on hardware in general. Exactly, unfortunate. Ooh. My PS5 controller got stick drift real bad. What can Prime Day do for me? I don't think I've seen any PS5 controller. Isn't the mouse cheating? How? Ultra low click latency, haptic inductive triggers. So kind of like if you've used a MacBook trackpad, then it has the same kind of like feedback to it. I want an ergo left-handed gaming mouse. Way too niche, but I can dream. I mean, these ones are okay. Besides the buttons, they are, I was about to say, they're quite ambidextrous. Like I could comfortably use it, but then you do lose out on the functionality of the side buttons. I get it. Got any RAM storage deals? There was a pretty good deal on yeah, let me go back to UFD deals. Just refresh quick. Ooh, hey, look at that. This is not as good as the Samsung 9100 deal that we saw, I think, like a few days ago. But there was other 9100 deals. Where are you at? Alright, let's sort here. Where my storage at? Okay, this one's gone up in price a little bit. Lefty here. I've never tried a left-handed mouse. My dad's a left-handed person too. So trying to find a good mouse for him has also been a little bit tough. Because availability in South Africa is not too great on decent stuff. Here's what we've got currently for storage deals. Some of the latest stuff to be added here. Got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. The Osmo Pockets are phenomenal, but like, it's if you want to take holiday videos or if you are covering showroom floor stuff. Can you show some sub $500 OLED monitors? All right, let's see if there's anything currently on here. If not, I can have a look for you real quick. Yeah, let's go monitors. It's IPS. QD Mini LED. Okay, that's the big boy 32-inch one, so that one's a bit more expensive. Alright, let's have a look here. So for 500 exactly, there's a 27-inch LG OLED, 280 Hertz. Then we've got this Gigabyte 27-inch 1440p, 280 Hertz also, OLED for 400. Then AOC has a 27-inch 1440p, 240 Hertz, going for 339 or 332.98. That's actually a banger. There's definitely good OLEDs out there that are sub 500. I like LCDs more. I personally don't. Any good keyboards on the deals? If you want to check, you can go to ufd.deals. And then on the website here, if we go up, you can search by categories here. Or there's a search bar here, sorry. Pull the trigger on the 9100 Pro. Let's freaking go. Sorry, big boy, your link got censored, so you might see the link, but everyone else just sees 3 little asterisks. Any links get censored in chat, but if you want us to check it out, you can submit it here. There's a submitted deal on ufd.deals. We're going through the stuff. Remember, guys, if your deal gets selected, if your deal gets selected, here, I'll paste it for you. If you get your deal selected, then you earn extra. I can't speak today, guys. It's one of those days. You earn extra bonus points into the giveaways on UFD Tech. If you're wondering, if I pull it up on UFD Forge, under the community tab here, we have 2 giveaways going on over at Twitch. What is my mouth? What is my mouth? You know, maybe this tiny last sip of coffee will help. I feel like I get ADHD brain when I'm talking to you guys, because like my thoughts will go, and part of it will hit my mouth, and the rest just keeps going. But we have 2 giveaways currently going on over on our Twitch channels. Over on UFD Tech, we have this Pro Art PC giveaway with a Ryzen 9 7950 X3D, an RTX 5080, and 96 gigs of DDR5. And then on UFD Music, we've got a RX 9070 paired with a Ryzen 5 7600X. Both of them are currently active. We give away basically a PC a month, I think is roughly a month is the current rate. LCD has its place, and that place is not in a dark room. LCD absolutely does have its place. I mean, I have an LCD monitor here, and I was using it for the last couple of months very happily. But yeah, when I'm in my little darkness dungeon with all the lights off and stuff, it really does show its hot spots. I will say that. Is there any aftermarket PS5 controllers with Xbox layout? Are there any? I don't know if I've seen any aftermarkets with an Xbox layout. Huh. Submit it. Alright, sweet. Guys, I keep grabbing the wrong mice. Having 2 mice freaking kills me. 2 mice and 2 keyboards, and I'm either typing on the wrong one. Oh yeah, Brett, I stole a keyboard from the office in case you're looking for it. I'll get them loaded up here on the side real quick, and then we'll check out some of the submissions. Also, Bill Murray is OP. Let's freaking go. This dude knows about cranking hogs. Interesting. All right, bunch of new stuff to check out. And first up, we have an AMD Ryzen 7 7700X. I think the 7700X and the 9700X are just phenomenal CPUs. It's currently going for $199.99. It has been averaging around $250 by the looks of things. Why? Yeah, 244, 240, 230, and now it is down all the way to $199.99. That's kind of nice. So, yeah, seemingly half of the MSRP. Hell yeah, buddy. 9700X was my last build I had before getting rid of my PC. Beast at 1440p. It genuinely, unless you're running, I would say like a 90 series card, you don't need the 9800 X3D or the 7800 X3D. Like these the 7700X and the 98 or 9700X are so good. Like, sure, you do get more performance out of the X3D chips, but your price to performance is not the same. And I love my 9800 X3D. I absolutely love it. It's phenomenal. If I was not building a PC for streaming and all that stuff, I would have stuck with like the 9700X. Well, I think this is a great CPU, and that's a decent price. All right, next up, Gigabyte 27-inch OLED